Stay tuned for more regional coverage from the Local Traveler. But first, here is Amber Kanoy with how to go local in Lexington.
Welcome back to the Local Traveler. I'm Amber Kanoy, and we are going local in Lexington at Commonwealth Eye Surgery with Dr. Lance Ferguson, talking about the Catalyst Precision Laser Cataract Surgery. What is it?
Well, it's an innovative way of taking a cataract out. All the maneuvers within surgery are typically done manually, and this automates many of the functions that we do.
We've got a video here. I'll start so you can point out some good things for us.
Well, the beauty of the machine is that it automates a lot of the imaging, and it precisely will calculate the dimensions of the lens and perform the incisions and soften the nucleus, so by the time the patient's in the operating room, most of the procedure's done.
Now, how is this different from a traditional cataract surgery?
Well, as I said, everything has to be done manually, and although you can have great dexterity in that after thousands and thousands of operations, this is more akin to an autopilot. If you fly commercially, you have skilled pilots in both seats, but the autopilot does it a little better. And although I try to emulate and be as good as this machine, I can't quite do it.
And how does this machine make it so precise? I mean, because that's what I'm hearing. I mean, how does it get it so precise?
Well, the first thing is the imaging. There are a couple machines that do this, but this imaging does it with a water bath, so it doesn't distort the iris tissues and the corneal tissues, so it gets a good strong image. And that allows more precision in the actual incisions that it makes. It also uses a laser that's very, very fast and very brief. It's called a femtosecond laser, and it's among the fastest reactions in the natural existing world. I tell people 1 second, 1 femtosecond is to 1 second is 1 second is to 36 million years. I think that's the analogy.
That's
so it's a little bit of time. So.
And would you opt to have this done versus the traditional standard cataract?
In a second, in a femtosecond.
In a femtosecond.
I've done so many of these, and this thing is so precise that it leaves very little to chance. Patients can move. Their eyes can turn during surgery, and all those introduce errors that sometimes can lead to complications. Not often, but sometimes can, and this obviates a lot of that. So it's an extra level of safety as well. So if I could be sure I was running the machine, I'd lay down in a second.
Now here's another question. Since you've done so many traditional cataract surgeries, does that, that history not kind of trump the laser system?
That's a great question, and I think that a surgeon who's less experienced would have a greater improvement by using the femtosecond laser. However, even with 30 years experience of doing the same thing over and over, I find that these openings in the cataract are actually more precise than I can do. Moreover, it's going to perform the incisions in the cornea, which are technically difficult, particularly the astigmatic incisions. They do it with such a level of precision that I really can't emulate it by trying to keep my hand perpendicular to the eye. A lot of technical aspects.
And they can learn more at CommonwealthEyes.com.
That's our website.
Coming up, learn how to go local where you live.